Hey, we're back at the Farmers Market. I'm Bill Yohnka, and we're joined by Carl Moronich. Carl Moronich is going to join us for the race report to give us the layman's view. The guy who wasn't there last night has no clue about it. But see, what we had tried to do with the race report is not only inform the people who are fans of it, who may have been there, who missed it, or people who are just curious, try to make the people who have no idea,
racing neophytes, if you will,
understand what's going on and maybe say, that does sound interesting. That's more than just cars going in circles. There's some strategy, there's some intrigue, there's some drama every once in a while.
Well, I'm going to have a tough time explaining this to you guys if I don't get my cup of Avajava coffee.
Oh, he knows how to get in the sponsor too.
They're filling it up right now.
Yeah, and grab that piece of paper that was printed by G&G.
It has the racing parlance. This is high octane coffee.
Is that that's the good stuff?
Yeah, this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You know, some of the modified drivers are racing on E85. Did you know that?
I did know that.
Straight out of the pump. Yep. They say it has as much octane as racing fuel.
Yep. It's kind of like a lot of the late model drivers will run a product called methanol, which is in racing terms is called alcohol. E85 is very similar to that product, as in how fast it burns. It burns hotter, it burns faster. That's kind of the product that's out there right now. E85, the methanol, it burns twice as fast as fuel, but it burns hotter. It keeps the engine cooler for a longer period of time.
So you'd think if it burned hotter, the engine would be hotter.
It's just the opposite. Yep. Yeah. Because it puts more fuel through the motor faster, which causes the motor to be cooler.
Super Dave.
Wow. Science involved here.
Dave Whittington, the flagman at the Kankakee County Speedway. And really, I think, we talk about our radio drama is the only one, radio drama, weekly radio soap opera based at a farmer's market with shopping carts. And you are probably the only dirt track flagman, also farmer's market vendor.
Yeah.
Probably.
It's great to be here every morning at 6 o'clock setting up. It is.
And is there a connection from your flagman job to your vendor job, or what are you vending here?
Well, we have a product that you use on your body every day.
Okay.
It's called soap.
Very good.
I'm not sure if it's new. But we have 75 different flavors.
Yeah.
You don't want to eat it.
Milled from racetrack dirt or something?
I used a lot of it last night and I got home. Yeah, I was pretty dirty.
Well, we've got just a few minutes left on the program today, so we better get to the results tonight. From last night, in the late model division, it was Kevin Weaver who got out front and ran away with it.
He did.
Early on in the night, from your point of view, there was one guy who is really, and you don't really say this lightly, but he's borderline out of his mind.
Ted Loomis.
Yeah,
he is.
He's from the DeKalb area, up by where you used to live.
Yeah, that explains it.
And from Kingston, you're familiar.
I do. Yeah, Kingston, absolutely.
And,
Kingston.
And he did some things with the race car that it looked like it was just at the beginning of an accident every time he stepped on the gas pedal.
Yeah, Ted started last in the fast heat, and by lap 2 he was leading.
Wow.
Out of 8 cars, he pulled some serious moves.
Must have some high-octane stuff in his tank.
Some serious moves, some of them not advised. If you were writing a textbook on auto racing,
as flagman, did you have to flag him at all?
No. I just kind of let Ted do his thing, because he's not going to. Every once in a while, he'll spin out in front of everybody, and that's Ted Loomis. But he puts on a show for the fans.
Yeah, you got your money's worth. And when you go by the name Tornado, you can't just go out and do run-of-the-mill stuff. You've got to live up to it. So Teddy Loomis did that in the heat race, but when it came feature time, didn't quite have what it took to catch the Flatland Flash.
No.
And you can write a big check to him, big cardboard check. You can write it out to Flatland Flash, and you can take it to his local bank. And they're fine with that.
Yeah, they'll cash that.
Yeah.
I'm sure they know Kevin.
They know Kevin pretty well. Well, in the modified division, one of the best stories, I think, so far this year.
Unbelievable.
Going back to last week, there was just an awful accident where violent. Jimmy Ferris from Odell, really nice guy.
Builds his own race cars.
Builds them for other people. And really is just kind of like, if I needed help with something.
Yep.
Like if I needed help setting up the farmer's market, I'd call Jimmy Ferris.
He'd be over here.
Yeah. And he'd probably bring a race car.
Probably.
But he violent flip last week. Car was just destroyed. And jumped in a friend's car that he had also built. Went out last night, won the feature event.
Wow. Yes, he did.
And really, it's a pretty amazing thing considering he's racing against guys who do this, have been tweaking these cars all season long so far. They've got everything set right to where it needs to be.
Yep.
He jumps in something else and wins it. It's pretty cool.
That is amazing.
And he fought off Gary Cook Jr. And Gary Cook was putting a big heat on him, but he got him. He got him at the end.
Big heat.
Big heat.
That's you put a tail on him, that kind of thing. So then in the street stock division, 2 weeks in a row now, Rick Thomas.
Wasn't quite the at the line victory this week like it was last week, but yeah, he got him again.
Rick Thomas last week just barely won. This week didn't run away with it.
No.
But so it seems like we worried about this division with a couple guys who are going to be head and shoulders above everyone else. Hasn't been the case so far.
No, everybody's been pretty much together. And Rick's got something on the competition right now, but everybody else will get caught up to him. I promise you that.
And in the IMOD division, for the second week in a row, Kurt Allison was the victor. And Kurt Allison barely won last week, and this week Kurt Allison ran away with it a little bit.
Pretty dominant.
But Rich Rish, did you meet him?
I have not met him, but I overheard something interesting last night.
Well, he came out last week, did a great job coming from the back of the pack, finished like fourth last week. This week, he did okay. He was in the top 5. But the week before that, he couldn't come to the races because he had to go to the airport to pick up Mario Andretti.
Ah, wow.
Why is that?
I don't
his
really
job
understand
driving around Mario Andretti? Is that what he does?
I think so. I think he worked.
That job would make you nervous. I mean, driving around a driver like that,
He better drink a lot of Abba Jabba coffee if he's driving around Mario Andretti.
Well, I think he was. It's kind of a situation where he was coming into town to Des Moines, Indiana, to speak to a group, and they knew, Rich, he drives a race car. He should go pick him up. They could talk about stuff.
He made it back from the airport in about 45 minutes.
45 minutes, yeah.
Well, Super Dave, we appreciate you being here and what you do here at the Farmers Market, and of course, let that shoulder and arm rest a little bit today.
It'll go on ice tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll go on ice tomorrow. But, hey, thanks for having me today, Bill, and thanks for having us at the Farmers Market. Hope everyone can come out and come over and see us.
Hey, so the music's just about to begin, and it's about time for us to sign off here from the Farmers Market at right about 9 o'clock, and it's been a good day so far.
It's been a great day.
Crowd is picking up. Not overbearing temperatures.
No, it's perfect.
Nice, comfortable day. Sorry we couldn't get to Congresswoman Halverson. Is she here today? Is the Congresswoman around? Oh, she's going to be. Okay, well, we'll see what we can do if we can talk to her later in the program. We're going to be done in just a couple minutes here, so we may not be able to. I'm making it sound right, but we're probably not going to. Roy Collins is up next. Roy is going to be doing today's sports show following us. So Roy gets a couple of hours to sleep in.
Clay may be making an appearance on Roy's show as well to talk about sports and baseball.
Yeah, and Clay, of course, will be at Railfest today, 2 o'clock, with Norm Siegel, folk singer, and he'll put on a heck of a show there. Thanks for listening to the Bill Yohnka Show. If you can join us down at the Farmers Market, please do so.